So I did promise you guys that I would let you see me get started before it was cute. And bro, it is really not a cute day. In fact, I feel like my shirt says it all. It says, nope, not today. Because really, what is this? So I went through all this trouble. So I got my windscreen, got my mic. It is on the stand. I've even got my mixer. I'm gonna, you know what, here, like, we're getting set up, right? Only for me to realize that my laptop port is just for headphones. I need a audio out port. So I'm ordering yet another piece, and it probably won't be here till Tuesday. But that is part of all of the fun of creating. I've also got to obviously make some more efforts for Justin Lighting. I didn't put all that effort in because I'm feeling a little bit defeated at the moment. If you're new to this, my name is Uniqueka. I'm the host of the Uniqueka show, and I'm a speaker, writer, and moderator. And relaunching my podcast has taken a little bit more effort than I thought because I wanted to elevate the quality of what I'm creating. So that means spending a little money on some equipment. So stand by, stay tuned. The last episode I did, we talked about the origin of my name, and we got to hear from my grandma how she picked my name. And my mom is like, she never told me she thought that about me. I thought that was pretty funny. We talked about that last week, just kind of in a side conversation. The other thing that you can expect to come up on the upcoming episodes is a conversation with a licensed psychiatrist who is going to share with us how to navigate disappointment. And I think this is a super on time and important conversation as I've been navigating all kinds of just different disappointments in my own life. I'm sure a lot of us have gone through life and experienced some form of disappointment. I mean, if you're more than like, I don't know, 2 days old, you've probably experienced disappointment. And so we're going to dive into that and how to navigate it. So I'm going to be spending a little bit more time editing that episode. I recorded one more episode. I'm going to tell y'all, the internet showed out so bad, the Wi-Fi in my house. Like, there's nobody here. Nobody's playing a game. No one's on Flight Simulator. Why is it just like crashing out like every like 2 minutes? I don't know. So I've got to go back and review the quality of that recording to see if it is salvageable or if I need to sit with Dr. Hurt one more time to catch some of the tea, because I'm gonna tell you, it was a great conversation. I don't want you guys to miss the key parts, but we'll see how it unfolds. So with that, I do want to take a moment to talk about the future of the show. I am looking for guests. I'm looking for people who want to talk real talk, like about the culture, what's happening, what's now, what you've learned, the hard lessons earned, because adulthood is so raggedy sometimes, right? So that's some of the stuff I want to bring to future episodes. I also want to continue to have conversations about how we can advance and elevate ourselves professionally in our careers. I tell people all the time, you are not invisible, you are exploitable. And so some people that might be like a hot button, I can't talk to y'all like that. Go, ooh, she gonna call me exploitable. I did. And I did because I've been there. I've been her. I've been the person that's been like, oh, well, maybe they don't notice how amazing I am. Let me do 4 more extra projects. Nope. That's what you need to learn how to say is no. And I'm not saying you say no to stretch projects and the growth opportunities, but when you find yourself stretched beyond sanity, you got to take a pause, a step back, a breath, reclaim your space and set some boundaries. That's all I'm getting at. Because I think a lot of times we take that whole we need to be twice as good and work twice as hard to get half as far thing a little too literally. And it's costing some of us our mental health, our wellness. We are wondering why we're getting 10, 15, 20 years deep in a career and our bodies are literally screaming and falling apart. And we're at the doctor's office 4 and 5 times in 6 months, trying to figure out what the hell is going on. And I might be speaking from personal experience, but I also know several other folks who are far more advanced in their careers in terms of time, titles, compensation, that are experiencing these things. And they're like, it doesn't get better. Here's what you need to do. And so I'm just sharing with you the things that people are sharing with me so that we can live a rich life that is rich in quality, not just in activity and busyness and pressing through when things get hard. Because there is a time for rest. And so I say that as I'm like a giant hypocrite and it is Sunday and I got some things I need to finish so that I can feel comfortable and confident in making a deadline. not because I didn't do my job, but because in terms of deadlines were missed. And as much as like I know, yeah, I could probably do this in a couple hours, there's a quality standard that I like to meet, and I want to give myself room to hit it. What that means is maybe a shorter week or a different schedule this week, but finding balance and finding peace is like a journey. And I'm realizing that some days I'm gonna nail it, I'm gonna crush it, I'm gonna kill it, I'm gonna be like boundaries, hardcore, set, still wall. And some days they're gonna be kind of porous, and I gotta just find my way consistently. And that is okay too. I mean, let's talk life right now, like as a whole. Like I set some really big, lofty goals for myself. I have crashed out, failed, crashed out. What the young folks say. I'm pushing 40. I don't really say crashed out, but maybe I will. My nieces and nephews visit in a couple of weeks. I cannot wait. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. And so fun. And I can't wait because kids don't lie to you. They will tell you what they really think and how they really feel. So, yeah, I hope that this week you give yourself grace for the things that didn't come together the way that you thought that they should. I hope this week that you are patient with yourself. The same kind of grace you give people who are late and not on time. Like, give yourself that too. You deserve it. You've earned it. Put some respect on your own name. Other little tip before I jump into the week would be mindful of the stories you tell yourself, because what you tell yourself about yourself impacts what you're willing to try to do. And sometimes that means quitting some stuff, and sometimes that means trying again, because sometimes you're starting from no experience. And so the first failure is really an opportunity for you to make revisions and improvements. It is not a sign that you don't have what it takes. That's my little couple of quick cents for today for a short episode of Uniqueka. And I'm only going to call it by my name because it's me just coming and having a real casual conversation. I don't have any sort of deep nuggets or deposits to make. I'm figuring it out just like you guys are figuring it out, and I'm just kind of sharing how I'm figuring it out. Like, yay, I got a mic that I can't use yet. See it? I'm not going to cry about it today. But I am going to celebrate the fact that I took one step further and finally like unpacked some equipment, got the shock mount that was missing. Once I was like, oh my God, a lavalier and a condenser. But ma'am, you don't have a shock mount to put this mic on the stand. So that meant not being able to use the microphone in the most recent recording. So when you hear the next recording, don't go, I thought she got a new microphone. I did. But the sequence of events did not line up the way I hoped. And so I appreciate you for rocking with me, watching me create things in ugly fashion until we get it right, until we get it good, till I, decide that I'm not going to do a quick episode where I low key encourage and invent and vent at the same time. So that I set the lighting up properly, because I did not give it that much effort this time. I didn't even put no lipstick on. Y'all know they don't like me. But this week, be kind to yourself. Be patient with yourself. 1% better is better than not at all. So keep going. Mwah.